What's up, guys? Welcome back again. That was not a good first start, was it? I'm just a bit disappointed. You sort of like, just get out of my head, fresh frame of mind, and hopefully this part is not terrible. It's not great. Well, at least it's going to improve Lara's car reliability a bit here. She's been getting all the new parts recently, but that's the way it goes. 6 gearbox. Nice. 7 million though. Should probably get us to the end of the season. Have you got any contracts running out soon? 3 races, 2 races, 1 race. 2 running out at the end of this race. I feel like we need to do it. We need to throw it all out there this season to get promoted. That's a big, big buy. Who do we put it on though? Ingledew, I'd say. Solid. Second best on the grid. That car's still third best on the grid. Our driver's a fifth best. A little bit surprised, to be honest. Max potential 12, solid. He loves his horses, doesn't he, McNeil? Not going to say strange kid, but he should be a bit more obsessed with racing. Cars, not horses. Right, we're going to go 5th or above. We're going to go all out now. Get that dollar. We're going to get a good result here, lads. That's going to come back to bite me, but we're going to get a good result. Right. I need to perform now. The thing about having 2 decent drivers is that you can sort of judge your setup a bit better. Last year I couldn't really judge it that well because Baldwin was terrible. I'm really waiting for someone to sign him because he wasn't that bad. But by the end, he was definitely good enough for bottom end tier 2, or maybe even, well, definitely good enough for tier 3. Not good enough for tier 1, let's just say that. Ingledew 1.5 off. Probably the better setup though, by the look of it, because Lara's absolutely failing down the field. Ingledew was on cornering neutral. Solid, let's go. Oh, I forgot you need to wait a lot of time in the pit lane to change your setup, don't you? Just gonna have a look at Ingledew. Starting her lap, just up behind Costa. It's a white first sector, trying to get past. Really annoying. Green middle sector though, could be a personal best. Just, I think it was a 1,000th of a second off or something. Lara up to P7. That's good. Oh, sorry, what? Ingledew? Wait, I'm confused. No, wait, okay, I'm getting excited for no reason. Don't worry. I thought, like, all of a sudden, I was like, why are we in P3? And I was like, we've been P3 all the time. You know, Ingledew did improve, but so did Lara. Hopefully both of them just get a clean lap, because fighting with people is not what you want on your out lap. Ingledew, Lara's been thrown right into the middle of a pack here, and it's not going to have the greatest first sector. Ingledew, green, white, and white. And what about Lara? Doesn't go any faster because some noobs are getting in the way. Santana, Anna, and Costa both going quicker. Oh, I don't know. They're both going to go ahead of me. No, we stay P3. Okay, that's given me a bit of hope into this race. I'm just a little bit worried about what could happen in terms of our drivers down into turn 1. Are they going to lose loads of positions? But both starting in the points, that's definitely an improvement. And we got our sponsor objective, which is solid as well. Right, we are quite far off though in terms of pace, but it's just the way it is. Then we can't... can't really push, can we? We can't really push that much. Push for 1 lap. I'm hoping by taking some fuel out, it's actually gonna, well, hopefully it's gonna help us, well, make us better off the start. Conditions actually not that bad. Lara's isn't that good, but Ingledew's isn't too shabby. How does Lara lose all those positions at the start? It is a little bit frustrating to see lose that many positions at the start when you feel like hasn't really done anything wrong there. Oh, down to P12. Ingledew's up to P2 though. And there's a solid P2 though. Actually got a nice lead over the next position, so that's good. Lara's starting to gain some positions as well. This is a short pit lane, this one, so we should be alright. Just do a one stop. How long do the tyres last? 7 laps. Okay. Then you can put 12 laps of fuel in. So yeah, we'll max it at probably to go and put some hard tyres on though, which is not ideal. Not ideal one bit. Lara's down in P10 now. Only ahead of the people starting on hard tyres really. Except from the noobs. Human Mikhailovich. Anyway, across the line once again, Lara struggling, but keeping with the pack, that's the main thing. Keeping with the lads is the main thing to do here. Ingledew hopefully can make it to lap 7. 2 more laps on the soft tyres. Might have to do a bit of backing off here. It's going to do a lot of backing off actually. Right, if softs hit the cliff 10%, I think. But how much fuel can you put in? You can put 12 laps in. We're going to have to go this extra lap, whatever. We're going to have to conserve with Lara as well. See, Ingledew's lost loads of positions there, even though no one else is really on much better tyres. It's really confusing. Hard tyres to the end. Just going to have to hope other people pit, I guess, like more than once. The thing is, it's a short pit lane, like, because you can cut a bit of the track out, so... How did we suddenly... We lost 12 seconds there in 2 laps. That is just... aggravating. We should never pit our 2 drivers on the same lap, because it always hinders the second person massively, I just realised. Well, obviously I knew, but I'm realising it more than ever now. Who's crashed? Balcazar's crashed. We need more safety cars. We were in P2 and now we're 30 seconds off the lead. Just frustrating. Just frustrating. That's not just a pit stop. I don't really know what I did there, but whatever. We've got quite a few people in front here. Milburn, Diurste, Navarro, Jason. Should get past all of them. No, we're only in P11. Nightingale's crashed. It's a free position for everyone, but still no safety car. So Costas, one of the Costas has tried a different strategy. Interesting call. They're pitting for a second time here, so they're trying different strategies. We're trying to make the hard tyres work. Costa's pitting again with 50% hard tyres. Strange strategy. I'll tell you what, we're gonna pit Lara. Might as well just see what she can do. Hopefully fly through on some soft tyres. Really, that's the aim. Nothing to really lose. She was outside the points by miles. If she's quick enough, these last like 4 laps, she might be able to do something special here, but it's going to be tough. Let's go and have a look at Ingledew here. Let's push with the fuel. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Try and keep Santa Ana behind and try and maybe overtake a few people in front. Of course, that's the aim of racing. A little bit frustrating this race though, considering we started right up there to be P2 with like 1 lap before the pit stop. Like, I didn't think my tyres were hitting a cliff, but I don't know, P6, decent. Let's go back to not pushing. Lara's up to 14th, so I think she's actually better off than she was before the pit stop. Could be wrong. P13 now. It's going to need some more points for us here, P6, but definitely not what we needed. We needed more coming into this race, especially with that qualifying effort to finish 16th, sorry, 3rd and 6th and 13th. Some thinking to do after that one. I think we messed up in the pits big time, didn't we, by picking them both at the same time. Ingledew's got all our points. I suppose it's because Lara's always behind and always getting sort of like rejected basically in the pit stops. She's always getting mugged off. So we're going to have to try some different approaches here. Because I'm annoying myself right now, basically. Oh, Lara's got the unhappy trait. Tell you what, this lad McNeil is actually not doing too shabby here. We're giving him all of our focus, and it seems to be working. Points available for both drivers, but I'm not sure why. He's got the unhappy trait. Lara, you need to be doing good. We don't need you to do these things. Should we start growing some HQ stuff here? Weather is visible. Mechanical bonus. We just don't really have the money right now. We needed to get the happy trait back. So now she's happy. She's got all her. She's got bad sponsor appeal. Oh my goodness! Why did I not spot that when we did that? Anyway, let's get into the next race. Stop worrying too much. Anyway, sponsors coming in. Two pretty decent ones here. I can't do the quick maths, so we'll just go with this one to get that race per race thing down, because it's not looking too good right now. 1.5 mil up front. That's pretty solid. Go with that. Bango. What a name. Right, so we need to be aiming for constant top 5 finishes now, but it's a struggle. It's a struggle. We're not putting in the performances needed to go get promoted this season. It might even be next season now, which is not what I wanted, but it's just been a bad start. Not the first 4 races you'd want. Well, first 3 races. Don't tempt fate, Alex. I can't remember the setups. Let's go. That's alright. Just having a fizzy drink and hiccuping all over the place is not ideal. Ingledew and Lara both out on the track. See what lap times they can put in right now. Of course, they're going to be slightly stuck up behind this car, and a few more people coming out of pit lane is not ideal. It's one of the MRT cars coming out right close to us there, which is a bit frustrating across the line. Both setting pretty similar lap times, so that doesn't help me out one bit in terms of setup. But I'll say Lara's setup was probably better because she's the worst driver. She's to make sure really that they don't get stuck up in traffic, which is quite tricky at this track because it's so twisty, and people, making small mistakes and all that sort of stuff means it all closes up quite a bit. Right, once again onto this lap. Ingledew not quick through the first sector. Second sector should be quicker. No. This is confusing. This is confusing. I'm not really sure where to go with this. Do we go acceleration and cornering? Because there's a straight there as well, so it's like, what do I... No. Oh, for goodness sake. Didn't cancel it in time. She might be able to get one more run in as it's such a short track, short layout. That's a slightly annoying thing, sending Ingledew on the wrong setup. It's basically a wasted run, you could say. I don't know, because Lara's not doing good stuff either. I really don't know what setup. Maybe we go back to the setup Ingledew was on first. Maybe that's the one to go with. Her first setup was aerodynamics, neutral, and acceleration. Neutral and acceleration, okay. Maybe try that. Have we got enough time? Fingers crossed. We should just have enough time for both cars to go out and do a lap. All the pressure is on right now. Whoa, drop down loads of positions here. When it's key to get a good lap timing, guys, you can't be throwing it away. Green middle sector there. Ingledew goes up to P11. The setup, that was the problem there. That was the setup. Setup mistakes. And I think only getting the right setup right at the end there. I don't know, I thought it was the right setup, but to be fair, it's just still so far off. Big gap from first to second though, so... Or just from Bowes-Bracket onwards. 0.75 down to us. We're less than a second off of the next best team, but Bowes-Bracket are just too good right now. So I think I'm just gonna play this one out. I'm just gonna see these tyres. We'll try and get them to halfway. Maybe just before halfway. Maybe we definitely need to take them in on different laps. That's the thing I know now. It's better to bring them in with a high percentage, than go the extra lap and possibly get the extra lap out of them, but then also possibly go into the red zone off the cliff. Not what we want. Lara struggling right now. By the looks of it, Ingledew's tyre wear is much worse. It's like 4 to 5% after 3 laps. So take of that what you will, but Lara's struggling. Ingledew is doing a good job, to be fair, but there's not pushing and still digging down those tyres quite damn quickly. But into the top, but only 8 seconds off the leader. I'm happy with that. We'll pit her this lap. So 11 laps. I'm going to risk it and go into some softs. 11 laps is actually the most you get as well. So we should be good here with Ingledew. Hopefully one more lap with Lara will be absolutely perfect. And maybe she can go, or she can go onto those tyres as well. I don't want to risk going onto some more. She's good on her tyres though, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk it. Actually, no, why are we doing that? Why are we putting in extra fuel? Because we're not going to be able to push. So we might as well just put 10 laps of fuel in. It's going to be an interesting call here. What works out? Are we going to get Lara head out of Ingledew? No, but she's closer. Right, so now just see how the race unfolds here, really. I don't want to do anything too silly. Just want to try and get to the end of the race. Oh, I forgot Ingledew's tyres are actually worse. She's bad on her tyres. So why did I should have just sent her out on the mediums. Probably shouldn't I? To get to the end of this race, can like definitely. Ingledew's into 9th. Lara's P13. People in front probably won't have to pit again unless they try a different strategy or try a strange strategy. But we're on the softer compound of tyres, but we're still losing time, like lots of time. People are pitting though, which is quite strange. Okay, so we're up to P4 and P7, but they're all going on to super soft, which makes me feel it's going to be a tough end to this race. Right, we're going to have to go into conserve with Ingledew here, otherwise we're never going to be able to get to the end of this race. Sahar, they're all going to be flying through on these tyres here. Well, we'll push with the fuel for a little bit here. Can we make these last few laps? Please don't drop outside the points. Getting mugged off. Getting mugged off. I don't even know at this point what to say. I'm just so frustrated. What have I done? What have I done? Just everything seems to be going against us right now. I'm sure form will, I'm sure it will turn around, but one of the Costas is retired. That's the only good thing. And Lara's hit the cliff or run out of fuel right at the last corner, so we miss out on a point. I think you guys can tell I need to take a break from this game. I've recorded the last 5 or 6 episodes in one go, and maybe I'm just making silly decisions right now because I'm not thinking straight. So we'll just get through all this. We're not looking very good, much worse off than last year, and I think we can just put the game down for a little bit, come back into a couple of days, and hopefully we'll be much better then. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I apologise for the last couple of episodes in terms of race results, but doesn't really seem to be going our way. Yes, Alex Baldwin racing for Garuda, and he's P3 in the championship. What an absolute beast. Maybe we should sign that guy up. He seems to be pretty decent. Get out, really? Now you want a new contract? You've only a couple of races in. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Frustration hopefully will not be back in the next episode. I just need to get my head straight. Anyway guys, see you soon. Goodbye.